So guys, this is what's going on. We left the boat in North Carolina, well protected on floating docks for hurricane season. I know there's a storm coming right now, but I think that it's gonna be okay. We've got great people keeping track of that for us.
Some of you know, or many of you are gathering to understand, we had a medical emergency with our daughter Abigail, and she got sick with an infection that was a blood infection and quickly went south from there. It attacked her valve in her heart, the artificial valve that she has, and started to destroy it, which put her literally in peril for her life. She was extremely near death, and they life-flighted her to Seattle Children's Hospital on an airplane and told us as they were loading her up that to be prepared, that they did not think she would make it to the hospital because the flight was 3 to 4 hours long, depending on how high they could fly. She made it. She made it to Seattle Children's and put her on the ECMO machine. ECMO is the machine that they use to replace your heart. And they pump your blood through your body for you. And then they put her on the CRT machine, which is some sort of recirculating machine for the blood, which essentially, for all practical purposes, does the job of the kidneys. It also allows them to put some things into her blood and take things out of her blood. Essentially, between the ECMO machine, the CRT machine, and then the breathing machine that she had a breathing tube put in, they can work the heart, they can work the kidneys, do the work of the kidneys, and they can also breathe for her. She was very, very close to death when we got her in here, and they had a whole team all ready to go. And in fact, it actually took them a little while to get her on ECMO because her veins were somewhat collapsing, and the veins they kept trying to use would not work. They ended up doing a central line right through her neck, which was one of the biggest veins that they could do. While she was on ECMO, they were able to get her stable enough that they actually went in and put a new valve in. But it's taking the pressure off things. She will likely, when she's done, have to have that entire conduit completely replaced. So when she's well, we're gonna have to have surgery again.
Hey guys, so this is me in my hospital room, which I never expected to be in while we're dealing with this stuff from Abigail, which we also didn't expect to have happen. But basically 2 days after I arrived here by life flight with Abigail, I started feeling really awful. And the next morning ended up in the ER with sepsis, admitted directly into the ICU, got another surgery, another drain put in my kidney. Basically I have some kind of drug resistant bacteria in my kidney, which is why when I got sick a couple of weeks ago and we thought we had it cleared up, they didn't have the right antibiotic, and it came back with a vengeance in the middle of all of the stress, which is totally crazy.
This right here is the dialysis machine, and that's what's filtering out, doing the work of the kidneys, and removing fluid if they need to or whatever, and they're just kind of keeping it on there to keep the work off the kidneys. And this right here is the breathing machine, the respirator machine that helps her out. And they can go to full on, they take over everything, or they can go to just like a CPAP assist, or they can turn it way, way, way down. So she's pretty much doing all of the work, and it's just there as a backup as it needs to be. So that's pretty cool. Right now she is stable. They got her off of ECMO after 2 to 3 days. I don't remember the exact time. She has been slowly progressing better every day, but she is still on the dialysis machine, the CRT machine. She is still on the breathing machine, although the breathing machine has been dialed way, way back, and all of the breaths right now are her own. Kidneys are working because she is peeing, and but they're just taking the load off the kidneys because they got so much stuff with her filtration, blood gases, all that stuff that I don't understand, right? But the good news is that she's stable, she's recovering, and this morning, she woke up enough to be able to look at me with her eyes about 3/4 of the way open, and she was able to respond to commands with yes and no with her head, and she was able to squeeze my hand for the first time, which was a huge stride, because one of the biggest things they were concerned about was the lack of oxygen to the brain and what that might or might not have done. And so to have her respond to my voice, respond to me, answer questions, and squeeze my hand is a huge, big deal. It was so bad that it had basically shut down her liver, shut down her kidneys and everything. And so her liver is still starting to come back online. They're still working with that. On top of all of that, we've been here a week now, but about, was it 3 days ago now? 4? Tammy got sick, and she had a stent put in North Carolina before we left to come back up to Alaska for a kidney infection, but we were never able to get it out because of Abigail being lifelighted down here. So now down here, boom, she has another eruption, another infection, and so now they have put a stent through her back directly into her kidney. So now she has a bag that hangs off of her for urine there. So now her kidney has 2 stents in it. She has a 1.2 centimeter kidney stone. That's 12 millimeters, which I guess is pretty dang huge. I don't know what huge is, but they say it won't fit. You can't pass it. It has to be surgically removed. And she has probably a couple dozen more little ones floating around in her kidney too. And, you know, pray for her because she's really putting up with a lot, and it's tough. But I'm traveling between 2 hospitals right now, and our oldest son Christopher has flown in, and he's staying with Tammy at that hospital. I'm here at this hospital with Abigail, and I kind of go back and forth, and it's been kind of a tough week. We had a family member set up a funding page to help us out with expenses and stuff all related to this, which has been really fantastic. We've had a ton of support from people, loved ones, friends, total strangers. And man, you know, humanity is awesome. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are or what you say. I have faith in people again, and we so totally appreciate all of your support and help in that area as well. But it's been tough. Alright, so I'm going into the forest elevators. This building has like 10 sets of elevators. In order to go around most of the hospital, you got to go to like floor 7. That goes everywhere. A lot of the floors don't. So This is the murals in the forest elevator. And the way we navigate around in this hospital is all these little symbols up here on this thing right here. So we got the forest, the river, the mountain, and I don't know what that one is. Ocean, that's right, ocean. So we're actually headed over to river. Nice little area down here. The river section on the 3rd floor is where the first Starbucks is. So if you like Starbucks, we like the vanilla frappuccino. But also over here, they have some laundry room and showers. These are sleeping rooms. I want to be quiet. There's people sleeping. Got the laundry room. Get your baby changing table. You got your sink right here. And we got a shower, shampoo and conditioner and body wash that all work like, I think they're all the same. And they just fill each one and tell you that it's something different because that's what it feels like when you use it. And of course it's got a potty, but they have I think 3 or 4 showers here that the parents and caregivers can use. They have some lockers. This is the river hallway. This train up here, which is kind of cool. Up there. Eagle elevators. Ocean is that way. As you kind of might imagine, I think the ocean is our favorite entrance. And you got that gift shop. We have the whale elevators. This Starbucks is closed on Sundays. Cafeteria.
So grateful for Todd being able to handle this as a trooper, for our kids Christopher coming flying in to help us. Your guys's blessings financially, your prayers, everything has made such a huge difference. It was really hard being over here and not being able to help over there. But I can't imagine how hard it's been for Todd, because those first 2 days I was so desperately ill. The hospital was having trouble keeping my blood pressure up. I was really, really sick. And for Todd to have people in both hospitals who were really, really sick and both needed him, had to have been a really difficult spot to put him in. My son Christopher has done a fantastic job of being here for me. This is so craziness, right?
Anyway, she was on that ECMO machine for about 3 days, and they were able to pull her off of that, which is good. And she's been consistently making strides up until this point. So she's in stable condition right now, working well. Probably, hopefully, maybe get off the vent tomorrow.
Going down.
Yes, another bathroom. Almost there. Hey, babe. You sleeping? Mm-hmm. Sorry. All right, Tam, you're tired.
I'm very tired.
She's trying to sleep. She's been given some meds for pain. I need to go back.
Okay.
Miss you.
Oh, I miss you bad.
See you later.
I'm looking at the footage that we have. We have about 8 weeks of footage from the Bahamas, which is footage that is a joy to watch, that adventure, especially as I see Abigail. It's actually really hard to look right now and compare where she's at now compared to where she was 2 months ago. But where she is right now is alive, which is an amazing miracle. And the miracles that are unfolding in her life because you guys are praying for us and God is good, we want to share that journey. So we're going to pivot the way life has asked us to pivot, and we're going to pick up in real time doing these kind of rough edits. I can't promise you that I will have something out every single week. I'm going to do my best, but this is Abigail's story right now, and that's the story we want to tell and share with you. So hope you join us for her miracles.